everyone, Editing Jess here. I was just editing this video and I realised I didn't have a proper introduction to this video, so I thought I'd quickly pop on and give you guys a quick intro. So this video is about it's actually a homage to my philodendron silver cloud. I had this beautiful specimen and then over the winter I unfortunately lost her to some root rot. So this video, the first 6 minutes or so, is around me attempting to try and save my silver cloud. There is some pretty good footage of what root rot looks like and also identifying root rot, so if you're interested in that, that's covered in the first 6 minutes. The last part of the video, I did my first car vlog, guys, so that was kind of exciting for me to film. It also is relevant to my silver cloud and it's a bit of a happy ending to the vlog as well. So if you're interested in that, also please check that out. Let me know what you guys think of this video and I'll see you soon. Kind of really sad, guys, because I really like my silver cloud. It's a beautiful plant. The other day I just noticed like, oh, I should really check on his roots because he's starting to droop, and I know that his new growth had died off, and you know, ever since I tried repotting him, this is actually fresh soil that I repotted him the other day, but it just drooped significantly. So yesterday night I really just take him out of that soil, even though it's new soil, and just put him in some water because I couldn't bear if he just drooped a bit more. But I'm kind of in between meetings at the moment so I thought I'd just pop out and then try to treat him. So guys, I don't know if you can see that, but most of his roots, they don't look that great. The darker roots are a science. The root rot's pretty bad, but what I'm hoping to do, guys, is I wanted to show you guys just so you can see what root rot looks like. I don't know if that's what root rot looks like. It's pretty bad. It's all dark, but I think there's some lighter roots in here. I think these ones should be okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, is actually I'm going to trim off all this rotting bits just to see if I can try and save him. I'm really hoping I can save him because he's such a beautiful plant. And they're really expensive now. I got mine for 60 when he was just one leaf, and over summer he gave me 4 new ones. One of them I had to pull off, but I'm really hoping I can save him. But guys, what I'll do is I'm going to trim off some of these rotting leaves. It's probably a good shot to show you the root rot. I'm hoping these are roots I can save. These seem to be the bad ones, guys. You can tell it's root rot when it's quite dark, and then it pulls off into these stringy bits. I'm hoping these are okay roots. So, but then I'm a bit worried about this bit here. Can you see how it's quite dark? I'm not sure if the rot has gone into him. I feel like it looks like it's kind of spreading, guys? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Hopefully I can save him. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna start trimming some of these rot off. Alright guys, sorry, it's a bit hard to film what I'm doing with one hand, but what I was essentially doing was under running water and trying to remove all the rotting bits, and guys, the more I look at it, the more I'm not sure if I can save him, but I'm trying to move as much of the dead roots as possible. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's actually quite a lot of dead roots which have been removed, and I'm just really worried. Look how yellow this is. But guys, hopefully what I'll do is I'll keep removing it, and then I'm still deciding whether or not I should put it in soil or just in water for the moment, but we'll see, guys. We'll see. Alright guys, so I've washed him up. There still looks like a bit of root rot there.
but I just don't know. I think part of me is trying to be very hopeful for keeping them in, but guys, I've actually put him in some water. Actually, I've got to fill this a bit up higher, and I think I'm just going to keep him in water for a moment, because that at least gives me a view of how his roots are doing. Oh, my poor thing, he looks so sad, doesn't he? Oh, I'm so sorry, little one. Such a beautiful plant as well. Look at those beautiful plushy leaves. It's actually quite an easy plant to take care of, but I just don't know why, guys. I think I didn't pay him enough attention or something. So now he's suffering, but I'm sorry this sounds so sad, but just trying to I guess, I hope I didn't catch this too late. Look at him, such a beautiful plant. If anything, guys, I hope you learn from my experience. But yeah, I'm going to keep him in water for a couple of days. Hopefully he's not going to be too bad. I'll give you an update over the next couple of days. Alright guys, it's day 3 I think, and it just looks like he's getting worse. You see there's a lot of rot still there. So what I thought I was going to do is I'm going to change this water. I really don't think I can save him, which is such a shame. Guys, oh poor thing. But I'm still trying to hold on to the last hope. But guys, these dark roots, they're no good. I'm gonna give up on these because they're rotted for sure. I've got this little bit of, you know, lighter root that I'm hoping would do a bit, you know, hoping, fingers crossed, there's still a bit of life in him, but I can see that the stem here is always quite yellow, so I don't have much hope. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off these rotting bits, and then I'm going to put him in perlite actually, rather than water propagation. But I'm not, guys, I'm not holding out. I actually don't think he's going to survive, but I'm trying not to give up. Hey everyone, it's Jess. I'm just about to head off and pick up a plant actually. You probably can see throughout this video my silver cloud, my beautiful silver cloud is just, yeah, root rot got the best, or got the worst of her, so I haven't been able to save her. But it just so happens that yesterday I came across this silver cloud for sale at quite a reasonable price actually. The same price that I paid for mine last year. Obviously, like, plant prices have gone up crazily, so I was just super excited I was able to nab it. And so I'm actually going to be heading there now to pick him up, and I thought I'll just bring you guys along. The first time I've ever vlogged in a car. So it's probably not going to be that interesting actually. So guys, I thought I might tell you a little bit about my silver cloud. So I got my silver cloud last year, and I was super excited for it because it's got, you know, silver clouds have got these beautiful pillowy leaves, and this is, I think, before people really caught on to philodendrons. Obviously philodendrons are super popular plants these days, and there's so much variety to them, and for good reason too. Philodendrons are actually quite hardy houseplants. If you have a philodendron, you know, they're definitely a lot easier, or should be a lot easier to oops. Sorry, this angle is also not the best. It's like a little head and a huge steering wheel. I was saying philodendrons are quite good houseplants, and I was so excited to get one last year, a silver cloud, because of their beautiful foliage. It's got such pillowy leaves. I love pillowy leaves. And back then, the philodendron silver cloud, I got one with one leaf. It was $60. Back then I remember thinking, whoa, $60 for a houseplant. That was back when I was still, my limit for houseplants were $40. Which is still quite substantial, right? But I decided to say, look, $60. It's a very beautiful houseplant. And then over summer, you know, it gave me such beautiful leaves. You know, at her prime she had 4 leaves that were just big, and she had new growth, and she was starting to crawl. You know when the aerial roots start to kind of branch out and stretch out, because it's a climbing philodendron, the silver cloud. And then she started to like crawl out of her little pot, if that made sense. And then I guess winter came, and I was, you know, I was probably being a little bit neglectful, but I popped her in my greenhouse, and there was a period of time where I just thought, oh, you know, they'll be right, I was so worried about overwatering them, so I must have done the opposite, which was left her out to dry too much. And when I realized that she was drying so much, and how I spotted it was one day I was cleaning out the greenhouse, and I noticed that the new growth had just shriveled up, and so must be underwatered. And I didn't realize how underwatered it was. So this, guys, as a sure way to get root rot, so don't do this, is when you've underwatered your plant so much and the roots have dried out, and then you decide to water it, that is a very sure way to get root rot. And particularly because it's winter now and things take a lot longer to dry out. So that's probably how I caused my poor silver cloud to suffer, which I feel terrible about. You know, it's a lesson learned. But I hope, guys, because I'll be showing you the root rot, and I'll be showing you what I did to try and save her, and so hopefully there's some tips there, and hopefully what I hope is that you guys can obviously learn from my mistakes, and hopefully you avoid the same mistake that I did, which is causing root rot by underwatering it so much so that the roots dried out and then watering it again. But the good news is, yeah, I found another silver cloud that's relatively inexpensive. It's the same price that I paid for mine last year, and I was quite stoked, because it's not uncommon to see silver clouds, 1-leaf silver clouds, going for hundreds at the moment, so I guess I'm quite lucky. But yeah, and then the sweet thing about this is, when I messaged the seller to buy it, they asked if I had a YouTube channel, and I was hesitant to say yes, because, you know, you don't know, you've got people on the internet. So I just sheepishly said yes, and just so happens that they watch my videos. So Josh, if you ever see this, hello. Alrighty, we're here. So I'm not going to take you out with me as I collect the plant. I'll show you guys when I've actually got my silver cloud, but I'll see you guys shortly. Alright guys, well, here she is. Look at her, she's so plush. She's a little bit silly because she's a bit bent, but I'm sure it's just the way she's grown. Oh, guys, so excited, and thank you so much, Josh. It's such a beautiful plant. That's and the pillowy leaves. Okay, I'm a little bit lost for words, actually, because I think I really can't wait to like make sure I take good care of it, and you know, can't wait. And spring's coming. Hopefully, you know, I'm gonna do an okay job for her. It's potted up, it's rooted, it's got roots, so I might not go and check the roots, because when this was put up for sale, there's photos of the roots already, so that was great. So what I might do is I'm just going to leave as is. Guys, this is my new silver cloud. So happy. And there she is, sitting in the car. Alright, little one, we're going to go home now. Putting on the seatbelt, because I've had a couple of accidents where I've just kept plants there or in the trunk, and they've just toppled over and the soil has kind of fallen over. So I actually thought I'd just drop this one in because he's so precious. Alright, you ready for your ride home now?
Well guys, I'm back home now and I thought I would show you my silver cloud that I was lamenting about in the car. As you can see guys, she's not gonna make it. This is what, 4 days now after I transferred her to Perlite on the weekend, because Perlite, you can use this as a method to try and recover root rot. Actually, I don't know if I showed you on that video, but I was really debating cutting off one of the leaves because I'd removed so much of the root structure. I should have removed one of those leaves so the plant doesn't have to struggle as much to get the energy to support that much foliage, but I couldn't bear to cut off the leaves. But I guess in the end it didn't really matter because she's just not gonna make it. This is a very sad end to this beautiful silver cloud's life. Pretty sad about it guys. I still can't bear to throw it away. I'm like holding on to the last moments I can with it. On the bright side though guys, this is my new silver cloud baby. I propped her against the wall because she was a bit curved. Like when I first got my other one, it also had, it just started off with one leaf. So I guess it's kind of, we got back to the beginning again, hey? Gotta make sure not to underwater this and overwater it again, otherwise don't want the same situation happening. But back home with this one now, yay!